Well, howdy there. Sorry it's been a while since I've done one of these vlogs, but I've actually been waiting for the most opportune time and something to come into my mind to do these vlogs on. Sometimes it can be kind of hard to just sit here in front of the camera and just kind of talk. And I like to always have a point to what I'm doing. But with that in mind, first of all, I want to talk about the fact that, oh my god, if you've never seen a Flogging Molly concert, and for those who don't know, Flogging Molly is an Irish punk band, you need to go see one. They are just a very energetic individuals. I went and saw their concert here on the 7th here in Orlando, and it was just totally awesome. They just rocked. They had the stadium going. It was just a beautiful event, and it was a great birthday gift from a friend of mine. It was my early birthday gift. Unfortunately, they're not coming during my birthday. It would have been really more awesome, but it was awesome anyway. However, for my birthday, I am getting to go to Universal Studios with my family and my friends, which is just really rocking. I love Universal Studios. I've never mentioned that here on this before, but Universal Studios is one of my favorite theme parks. Not just for the rides, it's the atmosphere, the energy is so very alive. So much more than Disney. A lot of people come to Orlando and they're like, oh, let's go to Disney, gotta go to Disney, gotta go to Disney. Not me. I recommend everybody go to Universal because the energy is just so much different there. It's so much more alive to me than Disney is. And maybe that's because that Universal is more of an adult theme park than a child's theme park. That could be part of the reason. Well, as for my theme for the day, I want to take some moments to talk about some events that have gone into my life. If you happen to be on my blogs, my real life blogs that are actually text written, you know that there has been some events that are going on in my life with a very special individual. The only reason I'm mentioning this is because I've talked several times about doing what's correct in your life and going on with your life. And I want to remind you that sometimes we just have moments in time. You never know how much time you really do have with an individual, how much you can get to know that individual during that time, and what they can do to change your life during that time. It's just phenomenal. Because in a very short period of time, myself and this individual have really, utterly changed each other's life. We've helped each other to realize a few things, and sadly at this time, we're not in much contact as we would like to be due to some life circumstances. But at least we were blessed to have that moment in time, and hopefully again soon we will have some more of those moments in time. So if you do have anybody in your life, folks, do take that time. I said this during my Valentine's month. Take those times and cherish those moments, because you never know when they're going to leave. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. You take that time to say I love you to the person you care about, or call your best friend and just let them know how much they're appreciated in your life. Because if they're your best friend, obviously you appreciate them. And it really, folks, take that time. I can't stress that. Gosh, I could really go on and on about that because it is such an important thing, and especially for us as humankind. We forget a lot of times because our life gets busy. You know, you got to go to work, you got to take the kids somewhere, you got a baseball game, you got a football game, you've got to go do a card game, whatever. Life gets busy, and we forget about the ones that are in our lives, and especially like if we're single people. We're horrible at that too, because you know we don't have our lover, and a lot of times we're out trying to seek and find a lover in our life, and we forget the people that are in our life that are very, very important, and we forget to thank them for being there and let them know how much we love them. I know I'm blessed because my family, we were raised with the understanding that you never know. Tomorrow we might not be here. This is what I was raised with, especially with my mother having cancer issues when I was a very young man. So, to me, the concept is just very familiar. Unfortunately, I'm finding out that it's not as common as it should be that people take that time and appreciate others. And I know that seems to be a very long rant about this, but it's important. It's come to my attention how valuable time is and time with others is, because you really don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Gosh, with that said, for those of you who do watch my vlogs, I do very much appreciate it. I'm glad that you do tune in. I'm glad that you do take the time to listen to some of my crazy ass rants. I know some of them are boring, some of them are not, but it's an expression of who I am to you and to the World Wide Web. Maybe my words will touch somebody out there who's going through something, who's just having some doubts in life, or just needs to hear a voice saying, hey, it's going to be okay. Folks, that's the truth. Life is going to be okay. It might be right now that you're suffering from a lot of horrible things, especially in today, the way the economy is going, and the stresses of the economy, and the finances of people losing their houses, and relationships having difficulties because of those financial issues. It's a dark and bleak time for some at this moment. But we've got to find that silver lining, folks, and that silver lining is nothing more than the ability to say, I love and care for you. And a reminder that it's going to be okay, and that's what we can do. And that's my goal. A lot of you haven't had a chance to meet me in your life, but I do strongly believe in the philosophy to spread as much joy as you can, because by touching one person's life with joy, that person will touch many more. And that's actually what I do in my real life, and what I'm trying to extend through the internet to all of you is an expression of how much you are actually cared for, and how special you are in the cog of life and the cog of time. We all have different paths. We all are intertwined, though, in this one gigantic network. And one day I'm actually going to talk about that on here. It's what's called the we, but we all affect each other's lives. Every one of us, whether I know you or you not, you have an effect on my life. You have an effect on the pattern. What you do in your life could touch somebody that touches somebody else, that touches someone else that happens to know me, and vice versa. I could tell you something to someone you may know, maybe far, far distant through a friend, but you know. So we are all interconnected. I think there's a thing called 3 degrees of separation. It's amazing. The world is just amazing, folks. You just never know who knows who and what effect your life has on somebody else's. But, alright, for now, y'all take great care of yourselves. I, of course, send my love out to Strider, to Rachel, to Josh, even though I know that he is no longer watching these, but my love always goes out to him. And all of you that watch this, I love you, and I appreciate you, and make sure you take great care of yourself.